Hi everyone, and welcome back to English with Abby. Today we are breaking down 8 different types of lesson plans that language teachers use, from classic structures like PPP to more discovery based and task based models. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which lesson plan format fits which kind of class. Let's dive in. Before we get into the list, quick reason why these matter. Different lesson goals need different shapes. A grammar focused lesson and a fluency focused lesson should not follow the same template. Good structure keeps your pacing on track so you are not rushing production in the last 2 minutes. And honestly, the best teachers don't commit to one format. They keep a toolkit of structures and pick the right one for the day. PPP. The classic PPP, which stands for Presentation, Practice, and Production. In the presentation stage, you introduce the target language in context through a dialogue, a short text, or a situation. Then practice. Controlled exercises where there's usually one correct answer, like gap fills or matching. And finally, production. Freer speaking or writing tasks that resemble real communication. PPP is best for beginner to intermediate classes and grammar heavy lessons. Just watch out. If your presentation stage runs long, you won't leave enough time for real production. Number two is TTT, test, teach, test. This one flips PPP around. First, students attempt a task with no prior instruction, which shows you what they already know. Then you teach, but only the specific gaps that actually mm, came up. And finally, a second test to measure progress. TTT is great for mixed ability classes and revision lessons, but it does require more in the moment planning since your teaching stage depends on what shows up in that first test. Number three, task based learning or TBL. Here, the whole lesson is built around completing a real world task, planning a trip, solving a problem, negotiating a decision. A language work supports that task rather than starting it. You've got the pre task where you introduce the topic, the task cycle where students complete the task and report back, and the language focus stage afterward where you highlight useful language that came up. TBL is ideal for fluency focused communicative classrooms. Just make sure that language focus stage does not get skipped, or students will just recycle language they already know. Number four is Jeremy Hammer's ESA model. Engage, study, activate. Engage is your warm up or hook, something that gets students interested. Study is focused language work, similar to the presentation staging PPP. And activate is where students use the language freely. What makes ESA different is flexibility. These three stages can be reordered or repeated in a single lesson, which teachers call straight, boomerang, or patchwork ESA. It just takes a confident sense of pacing to pull off well. Number 5 comes from science education, but works really well in content-based and CLIL classrooms. The 5 E's: engage, explore, explain, elaborate, and evaluate. The key idea is discovery before explanation. Students explore the language hands on before the teacher explains the rule. It's great for inductive grammar teaching, but because the explore stage takes real time, it suits longer lesson blocks better than a quick 30-minute lesson. Number 6, skill based lesson plans. Instead of organizing around grammar, these lessons are built around a specific skill: reading, listening, speaking, or writing. Use a pre, while, and post structure. Pre stage activates background knowledge, while stage is the actual skim, scan, listen work, and post stage is the response, discussion, or writing. These are especially useful in exam preparation courses where skill-specific strategy really matters. Number 7, functional notional lesson plans. Instead of grammar structures, these lessons are organized around communicative functions like apologizing, complaining, or giving advice, or notions like time and quantity. So, for apologizing, you might look at a whole range. Sorry about that at the casual end, up to I apologize for the delay. For something more formal, students then practice choosing the right language for the context and relationship. This is a great fit for business English and speaking heavy exam courses. Just don't let it be your only planning approach or grammar coverage gets patchy. And number 8, genre-based lesson plans. This is common in academic and business English, where the focus is on the conventions of a specific text type: emails, reports, presentations, essays. Students analyze model texts first. The teacher highlights the language features typical of that genre, and then students draft their own version with feedback and revision. It's ideal for EAP and business English. Just be careful not to let it become too formulaic. Students still need room to adapt structures to their own voice and purpose. Here's a quick side by side so you can see all 8 at a glance. Notice how PPP and TTT both lean toward accuracy. Task-based learning leans toward fluency, and ESA is flexible enough to do either. Skills-based functional notional and genre-based plans aren't really about grammar accuracy versus fluency at all. They are organized around a skill, a communicative function, or a text type instead. So, how do you actually choose? Ask yourself four quick questions. Is the goal accuracy or fluency? PPP and TTT favor accuracy. Task based learning favors fluency. How much do students already know? TTT and the 5 E's work best when learners bring some existing knowledge to the table. Is the focus a skill or a language point? And finally, how much time do you actually have? Short lessons suit PPP's tighter structure, while discovery based models like the 5 E's need more room to breathe. And that's all 8 lesson plan types. Remember, you don't need to pick just one. The best teachers treat these as a flexible toolkit and mix and adapt stages to fit the classroom in front of them. If this was useful, give the video a like and subscribe for more practical teaching content. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.